What's going on, guys? Today we are here at our local Copart yard in Baltimore, Maryland to buy a C6 Corvette. If you're a regular on the channel, you know we buy a ton of these things. However, this one is a little different. For those of you who don't know, I'm the owner of LeeC Parts. We're the largest specialty automotive dismantler in the country. 99% of the time, when we buy a C6 Corvette, it is done. Into the road, never seeing the light of day again. And this means we have a ridiculous amount of Corvette parts in stock. So many, in fact, that I've been itching to take on a little bit of a challenge. I've been hunting for an LS3 powered C6 Corvette that's wrecked in just the right way that we can fix it with parts that we already have in stock. Fortunately, yesterday, I think I found the perfect car. Here's a quick look at the auction pictures so you can see exactly what I saw when I bought it. Looks like an easy fix. However, as a lot of you guys probably already know, at salvage auction, nothing is what it seems. We're the next car out. I'm not gonna waste any more time. We'll get it strapped down, get right back to the shop, and see what we're working with. All right, we are back at the shop, finally ready to get a look at this Corvette. We got super lucky. Didn't notice it until I pulled back in the parking lot, but I picked up a nail at some point on this trip, and fortunately didn't have to change it on the side of the road. When I pulled in the lot, it was barely flat, and this is 15 minutes later, it is flat. So we're off to a great start. Usually you're not happy about a flat tire, but this one could have went much worse.
Did you look under it at the yard? Or did it...
I mean, briefly, like on the trailer. Like, I haven't been under this car yet, so this is a first look. I'm either going to be very justified in buying this thing or horribly wrong, and then I'm going to feel terrible about losing some damn money. All right, let's see. So I did see this at the lot. The exhaust definitely sucks. It's your typical random muffler shop C6 muffler delete. Like, really bad, welded to the stock X pipe. The good thing is, as bad as it looks, it's still gonna sound awesome. What are we working with up here, Dot?
I don't see anything.
Okay, I mean, a little bit of a leak somewhere, but nothing out of the norm.
I mean, it looks like it came from...
As per usual, as has been the case with my 4,000 mile ZR1, as well as my 120,000 mile ZR1, this car is optioned with the mag ride shocks because it is the highest possible option package you can get on a C6, and they are super leaky.
I'm gonna give them credit though.
The tips look good.
The tips are actually like,
yeah,
they got them like all butted up in the middle.
Exactly, they look good from behind.
Actually, pretty darn centered.
You know what the real shame here is? Again, high option car. Look at this, Dot. It was an MPP car. It already had the buy mode stuff on it, and they put this junk on there.
Oof. Give us the buy mode.
Yeah.
Back.
The important part here is though, this thing does not have any crazy undercarriage damage. The worst of it is right here. The rocker is not perfect. It's not terrible by any means. So if a car's been through salvage auction, you can always tell by looking underneath it, especially with a Corvette. Copart loader. Same deal here, here. If you're ever wondering if you're buying an auction car, just look under it. The control arms are gonna have rub marks on the bottom of them, spaced just about 4 feet apart. Telltale sign of an auction car. Even if it wasn't represented as such, you can always tell if a car's been lifted by one of their forklifts. But as far as under it, everything else looks good. I counted on replacing all of that stuff, all of this stuff. This axle, I believe it's this one. Yeah, so that axle is broken as well, no big deal. I was actually anticipating having to replace the subframe too. I thought we'd have some damage there, but we don't. The frame is untouched,
yeah,
100%.
It's perfect.
This isn't the type of damage that would actually hurt a frame. So why I believe this car was totaled, I'm gonna guess they pushed to fix this damage, and when this was hit, albeit slightly, you can see it crack the rear quarter. So that's a decent bit of damage, I guess, by insurance standards. If you're buying all these parts new, it's a decent bit of damage. All right, so in case you're wondering why this is happening right now, if you have a C6 with a dead battery, the door handles are electronic. Keys in it, there's no way to get the hood popped. You can get the trunk popped, but you have to cut the lock cable and kind of rig something up, but we're not gonna do it on this car. We're gonna let Dalt work his magic here.
The last car that I did this on, that like didn't matter. It was not this tight. So like a piece of glass. Like I said, the last one I just went in,
yeah,
without a wedge,
This is the least confident I've seen him. Put in the comments right now whether this glass ends in 1 piece or 2,000 pieces. You know there's some thief watching this video right now saying they'd already been in it.
Yeah, oh, they're disappointed in our performance thus far.
You're very close. Twist it to the left.
Right, is it right there?
Yes. Yank it hard. You got it.
Hey.
1 piece. If you guessed 1 piece, you got the answer. We're gonna go ahead and unload a car here, and we will get right back to this thing.
It's got LSX emblems on the side of it. This might be the first duct tape down hood that we've had.
Nice car though. This will be a story for another day possibly. Not a bad midday pickup, but enough getting sidetracked. Back to the Corvette. Let's see what the oil looks like. Hopefully it doesn't look like the Porsche.
Pretty fresh, actually.
Perfect. Let's give her a rip here.
Yeah, this interior looks like...
Stop! Damn it. We'll get into this after we start it and see how it sounds. I mean, while we were right about the exhaust, you cannot make a Corvette sound bad. Engine's quiet. Engine's really quiet, wow.
We're gonna put a cam in this thing, right?
Not this type of project.
Oh, okay.
No. Why don't you give her a little rev, and then I will cry my tears about the interior condition. So from what I see right now, I think it's gonna go according to plan. I think we got ourselves a winner. The dash says garage kept. The headlights say I left it in my backyard. I mean, it looks pretty good, man. Door panels too. So a quick rundown on why I'm so shocked by that interior condition. That is the highest trim interior you can possibly get on a C6 Corvette. In the base cars, it's known as a 4LT. In the Z06s, it's known as a 3LZ. And in the ZR1s, it's known as a 3ZR. It's leather wrap dash, leather wrap door panels, leather wrap center console. I have always wanted one in that exact color, which is called Sienna. Not only have I never been able to find a car that I wanted to buy that had that color interior in it, I've never been able to find a car that I wanted to buy with a good leather wrapped interior, period. This is exactly what happens to them. And again, this one's not that bad. You see it's also shrunk right there on the heads up display. It's pulling back along that seam between the gauge hood and the center of the dash. It's all lifted, and I'm not quite sure if you can tell, but it's very wavy and lifting there. It's shrunk there. It's just overall in bad shape. So again, to lay this out, 4,000 mile ZR1 purchased for top dollar, trash dashboard. 120,000 mile ZR1, also an expensive car. Dashboard's not that good. Salvage auction base Corvette that has sat outside since September 2021. This car has sat outside for 8 months. Mint dashboard. Very unfortunate, very salty about it, but at least somebody eventually, once we sell this car, if that's what we do, is gonna get a really nice interior. So now that we've looked at the car, let's go over the damage. Let's go over what we need to repair. Headlight lenses, they're fairly expensive to do. Probably gonna go ahead and leave those alone. Again, it's a common issue. If this was completely out of line, completely unheard of on C6s, I'd probably go ahead and fix them. I am gonna replace these stupid badges. We'll take them off and see if they actually look halfway decent underneath. As you guys might imagine, as far as the interior, not doing anything to it. Leaving it completely alone, just like that. That slight rocker damage, leaving that alone, it's under the car. If we sell the car, we'll obviously make that transparent to any buyer, but I'm not too worried about it. As far as bodywork, the only bit of complication on this car is this quarter. Right there, right there, right there. You have a little crack right there. For obvious reasons, this isn't something I feel comfortable leaving. Unfortunately, we have good quarters, we don't have them in black. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of paint work. As for the rear suspension damage, I'm pretty much gonna replace everything. I'm not gonna chance it on replacing just the broken arms and hoping the other ones aren't bent. So we'll go ahead and replace right corner, left corner, all the way around. Probably just go ahead and do both axles as well. After that, we'll go ahead and send the car to alignment, make sure everything's straight, and if it is, we're good to go. So you'll have to give me your opinion on this, guys. I don't like the wheels on it. I think badly painted black wheels on a black car just look super cheap. The tires are not name brand, but they certainly have a lot of life left, so we'll probably just stick with them. I'm thinking I'm gonna put a set of wheels on it. We'll sell the fronts to recoup a little money. It'll give the car a better look, and we'll know nothing's bent. Lastly, as far as the exterior, this wing, it's a ZR1 replica. It's not the best, it needs paint. I'm not gonna pay to paint a cheap wing like that. I don't know what we're gonna do with that. Maybe leave it as is. Maybe we'll like wrap it matte black or something. Other than that, we're going to need another set of rear fender liners. They're not too bad, but being that this wheel's been flopping around a little bit, it definitely rubbed the inside. You'll see a little more of that once we pop the wheel off of there. It's not expensive, it's not pressing, and frankly, nobody would notice if we didn't replace them, but it's one of those things that I feel like you just kind of can't take a shortcut on. Why not do it? Other than that, we'll probably rip those subwoofer wires, amplifier wires, all that stuff out of there so we don't have some unfinished looking wiring in the trunk. And I think we'll be good to go at that point.
Oh, you're taking my car?
Just the man I was looking for.
You're taking my car?
That's true.
Oh,
that's
okay.
true. I forgot you wanted to buy this thing. We're gonna do it real nice for you.
We're like $100 right now in cash.
That's more than 100 right there.
Right.
Look, rich.
Let's go.
Rich. The question is, do you still know how to detail?
Yes.
As long as you don't have this moron distracting you, you can detail it, right?
Yes. Wow.
What do you think about this front bumper? So this is damage from the Copart loader there. They have a tire on there.
Wow.
They'll smash it. You can probably buff that and make it look at least halfway decent,
Yeah.
right? All right, well, this car's gonna be in your hands. We'll get it driving, we'll get the quarter painted, and then it's gonna be up to you to make it look halfway
When is it
decent.
going to be fixed?
Soon.
Oh, really?
Soon. We're not wasting any time on this. There's not much mechanical work that needs to be done to this. It's just some suspension. I think, honestly, Austin might have a chance to tackle it today. But like I said, we're not wasting any time. We're gonna start on it right now. There are all our replacement parts, full hub there, fender, rear fender liners, and then of course we have our fresh new wheels. And by new, I mean replica used off the vet cart. But they are in brand new shape, they look phenomenal. All right, what's the official assessment back here? How are we looking?
Gucci.
Gucci?
Gucci.
This doesn't look Gucci, but
I mean,
I
it
get the
will.
gist of it.
Yeah, it will.
It
look
will.
Gucci.
Dalton is gonna knock out the mechanical work. I'm getting ready to head out to pick up another car. I'm gonna drop these guys off first at our tire shop. So hopefully tomorrow, if Dalton does his job and they mount the tires, we'll be able to test drive this thing.
So we got a little bit over ambitious and we had a 2013 Grand Sport coming apart right next to this thing. Went ahead, grabbed the whole corner from that and realized when we got it on here that it has the newer style ZR1 hubs and axles. You can see the difference in the sizing. So this one will not work, but luckily we have a axle that we pulled out of inventory and another suspension corner that came off of, I believe, like an 07. So that should do the trick for us. We're gonna get this swapped over. There we go. There it goes.
Okay.
Okay. Everything hooked back up. Brake caliper, good to go. So we are all set to go ahead, get the wheels back on this thing, and take it for its first spin.
All right, the work passes the eye test. I guess we'll really find out when he goes to align it. And you know, he put an arm on backwards or something, but I think we're good. I think Dalton did a good job here. So you said we had some mag ride sensor damage as well. Was this one over here needed to be replaced?
Both mag ride sensors ended up
Both
being
of them,
replaced.
okay. So if you're not familiar with these, this is only on the magnetic shock cars. Like I was saying earlier, they all look like that. They all leak, unfortunately. If any of you guys have done shocks on these cars, you know it's very, very easy to pull his control arm down far enough where that thing just rotates and splits and breaks. I may or may not have done that on my most recent ZR1 build. We're gonna take her for her inaugural run. Great sounds, great sounds.
Who leaves it all the way out, not on the locks? Amateurs. Amateurs. Hey, you ready? Hold on. NASCAR style. Hold on.
So what do they say? Teamwork makes the dream work? This is just for the test drive. We'll torque it later, I promise. Let's eyeball these things up. Good right there, right? If there's two guys who shouldn't be doing alignments, it's right here.
Carrington and Carrington. Oh, there it goes. It's moving pretty good now. Keep going.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
keep going. It's getting where it needs to go. Yeah, it's doing this job. It just needs a lot. Go ahead, lock it down. We'll lock it down there. It's a lot better than it was.
Okay. This will get us good enough for the test drive, and then we're gonna let the professionals handle this. this thing will get aligned, dialed in, super straight, and us two idiots won't be doing it. There's your 3-minute alignment, $9.99 here at LeeC Parts. Why don't you do that?
Yeah.
Have you ever driven a Corvette before?
No, really.
Okay.
Well, no, I actually took the C06 around a lot, but nothing crazy.
Really, Fernando? You don't even know how to start it? Jesus, man. You're not off to a good start in your Corvette life.
Isn't there like a bunch of jokes about like how the wide body vet owners like don't associate with the narrow body?
Exactly, yeah. So basically, if Fernando ends up buying this car, like, we're not going to be able to talk. I'm not gonna lie, Fernando, this front end actually looks good. You put, how much time you put into this thing?
Like 3 minutes.
Okay, cool. So this car's gonna look real good.
No, actually, man, on the sun, it looks way better on the back end.
Yeah, definitely.
It looks good with the polished wheels.
It does.
It looks definitely better.
Those black wheels definitely did not do this car justice. I hate to be one of those guys and, you know, be your typical Corvette boomer here, even though I'm only 32 years old, but the polished wheels look really, really good on this car.
Not to be overly critical, but you got some positive camber in your alignment on this side.
All right, I think she's ready for her first drive. Go ahead and shut that hood. Let's roll.
Feels so big because I've been dealing with the S2000.
It does, it does.
So,
The rear tires are howling because the alignment's off, but
other than that,
yeah. For as junky as this exhaust looks, it really doesn't sound too bad. First impressions, considering this thing came out of a salvage yard where it sat for a year, what, a day ago? 24 hours ago?
impressive.
Yeah, it's really nice, right? Yeah, I just wanted to hit the clutch.
Me too. I did the same thing.
So it does still have an ABS light on. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's probably because those sensors back there had broken. Maybe it kind of got things weird. We'll see if we can reset that or do something to remedy that. She moves a little bit, doesn't she?
Yes.
You don't expect this car to be some killer, but feels good. I mean, for what, they make like 400-ish? Like,
Yeah.
You can't complain about that. And most importantly, it runs good. Until now, we didn't know that we weren't going to get in this thing and something was going to be severely wrong with it. Fortunately, mechanically, it's really sound. I don't know why it won't like
It won't like downshift?
No.
Put it all the way
Oh
down.
wait, S is shift, isn't it? Yeah, I guess it has to be an S for me to shift it.
Oh,
that
yeah,
makes
you're
sense.
probably right. You probably can't do it any other way.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm not an automatic guy. It's literally taking me 10 minutes to figure out how to shift this thing. So there we go. Yeah, we're good, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's winding it out now.
Here we go.
No paddles?
It doesn't seem like the paddles work.
Okay.
I should have tried that before I fucking floored it. Oh, so come on, Chevy. You know, in most cars, you pull the paddle down like the R8.
Oh, does it go the other way?
Yeah, I've lost control of this scene here. I just turned the wipers on, and automatics got me all thrown off. Yeah, so a normal car, like the R8, you know, normal, you hit the paddle down, it shifts. This one, you have to hit it in.
So that's all the space you have? That's stupid.
Yeah, so you have to go either one, that way is up, in is down. That's dumb.
Okay.
That's really dumb. Yeah, we're gonna look like idiots on here. Like, I'm a big Corvette guy, as you guys know, and apparently I don't know how to operate the basic Corvette. But now we can actually test all 6 gears because I know how to shift it. Oh yeah, wow, it's great. That's good.
That's pretty smooth, actually,
Yeah.
too.
Mine sounds better.
All right, get out of here, Rice boy. This V8 territory.
I was impressed with the LS2 when we drove it, the
So was
LS2
I,
auto.
yeah.
And this car feels better.
Yeah, every time I find myself driving an automatic base vet, I'm like somehow impressed. Like,
Terrifying that we're at that point in our life where we're impressed with automatic Corvettes.
in chrome wheels.
Yes. Oh man, we're going downhill real quick.
Uh-huh,
That's no good.
Yep. All right, I think we.
That's a good first test drive.
Yeah, that's. I'm pleased. This couldn't have went any better. All right, guys, with a successful first test drive in the books, that seems like a good place to cut it for this first video in the series. We'll be right back in here tomorrow morning working on this thing because we have no time to waste. Our salvage inspection with the Maryland State Police is scheduled for just a few short days from now. We still have to get it aligned and hope it aligns straight. We still have to fix the bodywork. There is still a lot to be done in a very short period of time. So keep an eye out for the second and final episode of this series where hopefully by the end, we'll have a completely inspected, ready for the road car. In the meantime, tell me what you think about the project. Put it in the comments. Let me know if you think this thing's gonna align straight, if we're gonna have a good car here, or we are in over our heads and there may be some bigger issues. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the second part of this series. I will see you guys very soon. I had a number in mind, but then I think it needs to be a little higher. So I'm not gonna commit yet, and I probably won't put that in there because you're gonna go with the original number, you cheap fucks. Yeah, right?
What? I'm working here, Carrington. Come around, shoving a camera in my face.
Say, should we unstrap it first, or?
Probably a good idea.
You have this under there, which it happens. If you're lifting this car the wrong way, you know, possibly with a forklift, I don't know why somebody would do that to a Corvette, but you get my point. What a ricer. What a ricer. As I'm waving a check in front of the camera, we might have some blurring to do.
I don't care.
No one cares about you, motherfucker.
You can't say that.
This is the best part about filming. I just get to stand here and watch. You know, I can't help because I'm trying to get the shot for the viewers.
Can I trade with you with this year one?
No, I like my radio.
No, I'm talking about the whole car.
Get out.
I thought you were not going to be a sissy and actually mash it.
Well, I'm gonna do it. Look, I'm trying to keep it cool now because I don't want these, you know, losers in the business park whining and bitching. Fernando, we gotta talk about your lift etiquette, buddy.
I'm a what?
Your lift etiquette.
I'm a lift etiquette?
Yeah.
Wow.
Say that one more time. I think I was flipping the camera.
Yeah.
He's literally choking.
Yeah.
All right, we're all good. That's the same place. It's the fuzz.